Good morning. I'm finally able to give you guys my tour of the courtyard. This is my outdoor living room. We call it the courtyard, the backyard, the patio. It has a lot of names. I'm really excited because this has kind of been a 2-year process to get it looking the way it does now. It started out with me just wanting to fill up that corner over there, and it has morphed into this jungle, and it's really a place that makes me so happy, and I am really excited to share it with you. So today I'm just going to kind of tour you around the different areas and kind of highlight some of the plants that I just really love, some of my favorites, and you can see how I have styled things and situated things. Everything is growing in pots. There's a very small exception. There's a couple plants back there that aren't in pots, but everything is in pots because I actually don't have any soil. Everything is concrete out here. Container gardening is what I'm up to out here, and it's really a place that I've learned a lot. This is kind of my laboratory, if you will. This is where I have learned things and where I've grown things, and it's just really a work of love for me. So thank you for being here, and let's get to the tour. So I'm just going to take you kind of tour around, but this is the first stop. This is right by the back door, and this is where the kids keep their shoes. Sometimes their shoes shoved underneath there, whatever. So I have a lot of ferns up here, obviously, and some of my favorite things is a dichondra. I have split this dichondra a couple times. You might have seen in my stories, this one was really crispy, so it's recovering. This is also a place, it's kind of a convalescent place. Outside is kind of a convalescent for all of my plants. But my oxalis, I thought it was going to die. It's coming back to life. This Hoya that never grew inside now has tons of new leaves. So this is kind of like a morning sun, but afternoon shade kind of happy place. I should let you know we are in Los Angeles, so we have a really wonderful climate. I grow outdoors all year long, so I'm just really fortunate that way. Agaves grow here. Everything grows here pretty easily. So I've got some agave here. I've got this beautiful split-leaf philodendron. Hostas, oh man, hostas are my absolute favorite. This variegated one. This is its second or third year, and it is coming up just so beautifully. So this is kind of this area, kind of, I call it Fern Alley. And then back this way, this is actually the corner. This is the corner that started it all. I wanted to fill up this corner. It was kind of just a shady, kind of yucky, spider-infested corner. And so I got a couple plants a couple Mother's Days ago. Obviously we have this giant elephant ear, which is just one of my prize plants. People ask me all the time, what's your favorite? And it's probably this one. This is one of my first plants, and the leaves are just so amazing. This is an alocasia, and it's one of the bigger varieties of alocasia, if not the most. Obviously some ferns and some palms. What I like to do, as you'll see as we tour around, is I like to kind of repeat the same plants throughout the courtyard just to give it a very cohesive look. So you'll see a lot of the same plants kind of again and again. Although this plant, I cannot wait. At the end of this growing season, the beginning of next, I am going to split this one. It has gotten way too big for its pot, and the leaves aren't getting as big as they could. So it needs to be split, and I'm going to have multiple of these, which I'm so excited about. This plant actually belongs indoors. I don't know if you saw it, but it is in convalescent because it had some root rot. So it is sitting out here for a bit to get some light. This you might have seen also is another convalescent home for plants. These are plants, well, this one's doing fine actually, but these plants are plants that haven't been doing as well inside, so I brought them out. I have kind of a sad string of hearts. I'm still not really sure what's going on with it. And this one, I don't know if you saw on my stories over on Instagram, but it is doing so much better. It doesn't look good right now, but if you look closely, there's a lot of new growth. So we're very excited about this happy little plant. And I've kind of created, my husband is the griller, so I've kind of created a very small grilling space, but he seems to be nice to me about it. He's giving me a thumbs up right now, so it's all okay. We'll circle around into the living space over here. So this is our outdoor living space, and I mean, I'm just so thrilled with how it's turned out. I'll give all the details on, if you're curious about the rug or the furniture, I'll have all of that linked in the description below. This, I'm sure you've probably seen. It's not looking like much right now, but it is my first bulb plantings, and I'm really excited because they are coming up and they are doing so nicely. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Over this way, I have some wire vine. This was just so teeny when it was born, when it was just a little baby, and now it's just cascading and filling up this little table so nicely. So I'm really excited about that. This here is a cardboard palm. So my goal for the whole courtyard, and you can see it with this area, is I want things to be as packed in. I want it to be dense. I want it to be jungly. I don't want to see any wall. So I'm always trying to stagger heights. I have some furniture back here with plants on top of it. I have them kind of layered. And that's my goal really, is to have as much foliage as possible. I want it to look as jungly as possible. And I think it's getting there. You guys, I'm never gonna be done, but I'm definitely getting there. In this section, obviously I have ferns, I have some palms. I get a lot of questions about these. These are sometimes called saddle plants or leopard plants. I forget the Latin name, lingaria, something like that. I'll put it on the screen. But anyways, these guys are crazy. They just go forever. And you'll probably notice all of these plants are more tropical plants. They are shade-loving plants, and that's because I have a lot of shade. I am in some sunlight right now, but it's just because it's morning light. The cool thing about shade plants, and if you haven't figured this hack out yet, if you're shopping for shade plants, you can look indoors at the indoor plants. A lot of the plants I have purchased for outside were actually grown like greenhouse indoor plants, and sometimes you can find a better deal. I've also done the opposite, where I wanted some ferns for inside. If you look outside, they're actually less expensive. I don't know why, but it takes the plant a little bit of time to acclimate, but they always bounce back. So anyway, that's a little tip for you. Look at the outside garden as well as the inside garden, particularly if you're looking at shade plants. So this section is actually the section that I want to work on the most. I'm the least pleased with this section. But it's obviously a very nice place to lay down and take in a nap in the afternoon. But I'm just not really satisfied with how it looks back there. I want to fill it in. And I know those plants are going to grow bigger. But as I said, everything is in pots. I mean, I think only the sansevieria, the snake plant, is in the ground. Everything else is in pots. So everything is movable, which is really another plus of having container gardens, is you can move things around to catch better light. If you don't like the look of something, you can move it around. I just find it so much easier. So I really love that. Even though there is, it's raised back up here, and there is a planter bed back there, but I don't have anything else besides that sansevieria. Everything else is in pots. So I just think it's pretty easy. You can see here I have my blue star fern, and if you saw my video over a couple weeks ago, you would know that I repotted it, and it's doing really fine. I don't see any new growth yet, but it doesn't look like it's suffering, so I'm just gonna let it be. But it definitely filled up that space nicely. Okay, so for today, this is kind of the last stop on the tour. I have other stuff over there. It's some of my more sunny plants and some work in progress. So I will give you a tour of that on a separate day. This was one of the plants that was not doing well. It got eaten up, and you can maybe see it a little bit over to the right. It got eaten up by some little critter this winter, and it was not happy. So I moved it into the sun, into a more prominent location, and it's doing better. The same with this Xanadu. It was not very happy, and now it is getting so much more light. It was over kind of in a deeper shade. These guys do tolerate much more light than I thought. So the leaves are getting bigger, and it's just way happier here. So that's another great thing about pots, right? You can move them to catch more light. We're really fortunate because we have this night blooming jasmine on all of the back fences, and it smells so amazing, and it's just really a beautiful backdrop. It's kind of on its way out, but I'm so grateful for that. And then as we move this way, this is kind of my only sunny location that gets a lot of sun. So I have a Spanish sword here and a few more succulent type plants here. But again, I will give you a tour of more of the sunny side on another day. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for indulging me. I just love to give tours of my garden, and lately there have been no people here to give tours to. So thank you for indulging me. Thanks for checking out my tour. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I am happy to get back to you. If you don't follow me over on Instagram, go ahead and hit me over there. I definitely do videos throughout the week and have tips and other things in my highlights and in my feed. And of course, if you haven't subscribed here, please do so. It lets YouTube know that you are interested and that you want some more of this content. So please go ahead and follow and check out these videos if you haven't seen these ones yet. I will see you next Friday, you guys. Take care.